And welcome back, everybody, to another game of Dragon Hunters, Tyranny of Dragons, Horde of the Dragon Queen. I believe it's the module part that we are on. Yes. Welcome back. Where we last left off, all of our wonderful players had very near run-ins with a couple wormlings, and they decided that they knew enough information that they didn't have to be here anymore. You guys know that the camp vacated. You know what was going on. You know what went on in the caves, and you know that it's time to head back and fill in the monk that sent you here. Now he did say that he'll probably be in Elturel, which is past the city of Green Nest, so it does make sense for you guys to have headed back there. And that's where you would have gotten your long rest. So you guys would have traveled a little bit to there. Alright, these maps. I guess I could throw us on. I'll throw us on the Green Nest map, just so we can see when you guys head back. Because after probably a very rarely beat down trip back, as half of you guys were very hurt, you made it back to the city of Green Nest, where I don't need tokens on this map. Well, you guys meet with the mayor again, since he was the one in town. You guys walk back to the keep, because that's where you guys normally stayed. I'm not sure where you stayed, if you've ever been here, Dom, but, okay. But you're with these guys now, and they seem to just walk straight to the keep. So you probably just hang out with them.
He is with us. I flashed my VIP badge.
Yeah. Mayor Nighthill greets you guys like, welcome back. I trust your job went without a hitch. You guys look to be in one piece. Look, you even got a new friend. It's nice to meet you. My name's Mayor Nighthill. And he reaches out a hand, Canny.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Nighthill. I hear good things about Greenest. You guys got a very good adventuring guild over here.
Everything was better before the cultists attacked. They had a blue dragon with them.
Looks like they did a number.
Oh, they did. It was thanks to these heroes that we even survived with anything to keep a hold. Even so, they took most of our treasure. Did you guys find any of that while you were checking out the base? What happened with that? What's the news?
My hands in my pocket.
I just look meaningfully at the others, like I'm leaving it to them.
Well, we have a couple of those things that we found in that chest over there that the big dragon was keeping, right?
Yeah, I think we found some stuff.
Oh, wonderful. I'm sure whoever it belongs to will be greatly appreciative that you have returned it.
Yeah, is there like
lost and found or something?
Lost and found, a communal pot that you're putting it in?
We'll probably keep it at the keep here and inform them that it's back with us.
Meta-wise, I don't know how much of this the others are willing to give up. I think Tim has a bunch of it.
I could have sworn I had. I don't know where it went, but there was a module for the working together. I think I might have gotten rid of it.
Yeah, we had like a party
notes thing.
I don't want to enable you right now because you're done making me refresh. Either way, I know where it was. I need to just make a journal that all of you guys have. In fact, journal. Not item. I want journal. Players. Put a hand up. No. There's notes. That way anybody can look at this and edit it. All players are the owners. There you go. That way in the future we can actually do that. And I can pull up what was in that, so. But anyways, he's like, in the meantime, I do have the news that your friend, the one that sent you on the job, Leoson, he headed towards Eltwell. But before he left, he did buy you guys mounts that we've been keeping in the stables until you guys returned.
Oh.
So it should be speedy travels to where he is. Let me see.
Unless our mounts are killed by owlbears.
Why would you
That's
put that
oddly
into
specific.
existence? Yeah.
I'm just in a really bad mood right now. Don't mind me. Fucking cultists.
There was the loot. And yeah, well, you guys can vest up all you need before you guys head out, but he did want me to reiterate that he would love to hear the news about the camp as soon as possible in Eltwell. It's about 6 days away on Mount.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, of course not.
6 days. That's maybe not bad for you. I haven't traveled that much in a while.
Oh, I do a lot of traveling. On my feet. Most days.
Well, I'm up for it. I mean, you guys have certainly proven yourselves to be capable. If you'll have me, I'll tag along.
I'm fine with that. We're trying to save people and fight these cultists. If you are interested in joining us in that, then I'm interested in having you.
Sounds like a plan. Say, is there you guys have been here before, right? Is there a place to maybe do a little bit of I know you just been raided and all that. Is there a little bit of maybe gear or light shopping we can do?
If it's available in the city, we'll be happy to get you something, whatever you need.
Yeah, just restocking supplies. That cave kind of took it out of me.
Oh, I completely understand. From what we understand, that place will be it would scare even the hardiest of adventurers. You're brave joining these guys at that destination.
Yeah, well, they did a pretty good job of showing those cultists who the boss was. Do you guys have a plan of securing the town beyond, just like waiting for the next raid?
I don't know for sure that there is going to be another raid. They seem to have moved on.
Oh, really?
Oh.
That's wonderful news.
The camp was practically empty, except for some reserve troops and some leaders.
It definitely
I
makes
don't know where they went though.
It makes me feel better knowing that the camp is no longer on my doorstep. I wonder what caused them to move.
My guess is they're finding more loot somewhere else. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I feel like too.
But do you think maybe it was a bit of a hurry that they left in, because some of the quote-unquote valuables they left behind.
True.
Well, maybe you guys infiltrating their camp scared them last time. Maybe they felt that they've overstayed their welcome. If people can sneak in and infiltrate their camp once, they can do it again. In fact, that's what you guys were sent to do just yesterday.
Makes sense, yeah.
I would be careful though if you plan on sending anyone else to clear the rest of the area. Just be warned that there was a couple left in that cave, kind of hiding around. And beyond that, I think it has some local tenants, if you know what I mean, that already took up residence in that cave. You're gonna want to be careful. There's some unsavory creatures in there.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's someone actually naked and tied up in the cave, and if no one goes there, it might die. There's also that. Let's stare at the mayor smiling.
Wait.
Is Greenest missing the local drunk?
No, I don't think we're missing a drunk.
Did we leave that guy tied up when we left?
100%.
Oh man. Oh well.
And-
Nobody untied him.
Nobody untied him. Luca took his clothes. Like,
Yeah, it's still with me, by the way. Actually, how is the mayor reacting to a naked gem dragonborn?
So I think he's ignoring the players who aren't here. Just because he knew you had a dragon with you before, now you have a dragon man. He's not sure what to make of it. All he knows is if he ignores it and it doesn't talk to him, he gets to act like it's not there.
I mean, that's pretty much how we treated him on the walk over here. So that's fair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Renadal spent a lot of time looking in his direction.
Yeah. If you don't look below the waist, you can just imagine he's wearing pants. Well, I just want to stock up on some bear essentials. I don't even need to disturb you guys too much. I just gotta pick up some more bolts and maybe, I don't know. Does Greenest even have a potion maker in town or something like that?
Potions are a little hard to come by. We used most of our materials during the attack.
If I could purchase some potion crafting materials, if you have any that aren't formed into potions that you're willing to sell, I'd purchase those and I could make potions on the trip.
How long does that take you to brew up?
Depends on the DM.
Okay, so you were asking basically about brewing potions. There are all rules about that now.
Yeah.
Using
I have
herbalism kit.
Yeah, I have herbalism kit.
I
I
don't.
can make potions. I think it's like 8 hours per regular standard.
It's a day.
Your crafting.
It's a day worth of work,
Yeah.
and it's 25 GP worth of material.
Yeah.
So
Right.
there's probably raw material you could possibly get to make them. They'd probably sell it to you at 20. Thing, just because you guys did save the city.
Lovely. How many?
There's
Doses?
probably $100 worth, so 5 doses.
Awesome. I will give them 100 gold, and I will make 5 doses of potion on the trip if I'm able.
Yes, if you're able.
If I'm able.
Nothing bad could happen.
And Canny, you will get like 2 of those or 3 of those. I think I already have.
Well, that's amazing. I would be glad to hold on to them. I could be like the guy that kind of darts around and administers them. You know what
Yes,
I mean?
let's give the rogue all of our valuable.
And in fact, I have
Both of
3
them.
potions on me. You can have 2 of them now
For real?
if you're feeling. Yeah, I mean, you helped us out. You deserve to feel safe.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel good when you guys feel good. You know what I mean?
Can't wait for all of you guys to go to sleep and just Candy's gone the next day.
So do you want 2 of these healing potions?
Yeah, I mean, if
All right,
you
yeah.
don't mind,
I hand them over. There you go.
Okay.
amazing.
I'll
And I keep them nice and secure in my backpack because, like, you guys see as I lift the flaps that have like the spider legs. Inside is all webs and stuff like that, and so like I just stick
That's gross.
potions. I stick the potions on the inside of the bag, and the webs keep it like just perfectly safe and not jostling around or anything like that.
Are there spiders in there?
In it, nah, I don't really like spiders, to be honest with you. The bag itself is kind of like a spider, and like one of the eyes blinks at you a little bit.
That's not okay.
So you're giving 2 potions of healing to him?
Yes. I have reduced my supply in my inventory.
Okay, and I'm
To 1.
giving him a supply of 2. Nice and easy.
And then I'll make 5 more on the ship, hopefully, maybe, and I'll distribute them to the party members.
Yeah, we will see. Anything
We will
else
see.
anybody else needs?
I'm just gonna re-up on crossbow bolts.
Yeah, it's just standard practice. Standard price. By the way, something cool about Foundry, Dom, is at the top right, the 3 dots. You can open an equipment shop and actually search for items in there, and it will subtract your gold properly. It's a legitimate shop.
Sweet. So if I just limitation of the town, can I get re-up on my 1 quiver and get another quiver's worth?
I think that's fine. Quivers, they probably have more than a few just because they lost some men, so they probably don't need all that they have. Especially with the good news that you guys gave that the camp moved. Because that's kind of really good news.
Okay, so I will buy a case and 20 bolts. Like, I'll just buy a full case of bolts, basically.
Okay. Luca, is there anything that Alistair would need in town?
A gallon of ale.
He's not the drunk, you guys. Unless he wants to be.
Something. Not yet, at least.
Oh, I just had a thought. Oh, you did have the cobalt flesh made into an actual little thing. I was about to say if you didn't, it'd be rancid by now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, did you pick that up still?
He did.
Yeah,
Oh, you did? Okay.
it's like those half capes.
Yep. Made out of cobalt, you monster.
That's
They are people.
This one's dead people.
So with that, he will show you the mounts as you guys look in and see my general mount replacement for horses. You guys see an ostrich-sized bird with yellow feathers, 1 for each of you.
But I'm not ready.
They all
Can they
have.
fly?
Unfortunately, not. They are good runners, though.
Oh shit.
It is, for those in the know, it is a chocobo from Final Fantasy.
Oh my gosh. Crossover. Oh no! Please don't tell me the enemies from Final Fantasy are gonna start showing up.
I mean, I don't have a Final Fantasy bestiary prepared, so I'm gonna say no.
Don't tempt him. Don't tempt him.
But I
Yeah.
could request monsters from my DM. I do have behemoths from the crossover of Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy, so I guess I could use that.
Oh boy.
But not for a while. That thing's like CR30.
We could take it.
Oh, yeah.
I have
Okay,
something
so I bring out the behemoth.
we need to each have like about 50 lives.
Behemoth. Sorry, it's not 30. It's a CR28.
Oh, see? Totally
that's
reasonable.
fine.
even easier.
It has a skill called Ecliptic Meteor.
Uh-huh.
I forget what that does. But
Ellipses meteor?
Ecliptic.
But ellipses meteor would be a lot better.
No, it's Ecliptus, as in it blocks out your life. It eclipses your life. I fought it when it was new in Monster Hunter World, and fuck that shit. That thing is awful. If you don't hide behind a boulder, you instant die. Yes, the Ecliptic Meteor is down here. Oh yeah, you have to each creature within a 300-foot meteor of it must make a DC something dex save. On a failed save, they take 9d12 fire and 10d12 thunder damage.
Oh.
All sounds perfectly reasonable.
And it uses that on its own death.
That's not okay.
But so you guys have a several-day journey ahead of you, and this is only the first one of several according to the book. So if you guys want to prepare by make sure you had enough rations. If you're not living on good berries, that's up to you.
We have good berries to last us.
We do. I can cast good berries. I typically try to just eat real food, though. Good berries will fill your belly, kind of, but...
I got sensu beans. Oh, but those are bland and tasteless.
I can get a couple more rations.
I'll buy a couple more rations.
I think I'm fine.
I haven't been subtracting rations for travel.
We haven't been using them, I think, have we?
It's really only been 3 days, and you've been mainly staying in town here.
Oh yeah, sure. We might be down. We might be down one ration or something.
Yeah, I think at most one.
Alright, I'm good then.
But yeah, so
I'll buy 5.
and if Kelly told me he was on BLB, so if he comes back and needs to buy something, he can buy it. I'm not gonna be stingy on that.
Is anything from the equipment section available in this town, or we should clear it with you?
Clear it with me. What are you looking at?
Could we get alchemist fire or something like that?
No, I think that's a little bit beyond this city at the moment. If they were in the prime, maybe, but they did just survive a legitimate dragon army attack kind of thing.
Okay, so even if they did, they'd probably have gone through a lot of those resources.
Yeah.
I'll go around and see if I can find anything like blacksmith oriented.
Oh, you know where the blacksmith is. You met him.
Oh no.
I'll
go there, no problem.
You walk back up. He looks at you like, no.
Okay, and I'll just turn around and go the other way.
Good. As he looks down at the note he wrote himself saying not to do business with you again.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
But he'll do business with your allies, so. Because I think you cheated him out of money or something. He just wanted you gone.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I was gonna look for something, but I think I should look for it in a bigger city.
Well, it's a good thing you're heading to a much bigger city. A giant glowing ball in the sky, too. Michael, you actually will know this next city you guys are going to a little bit.
Oh, the one that went into hell?
In the future, yeah.
That's later. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, several hundred years in the future.
That's on brand to me, actually.
Yeah, no, Luca just retires to the next city when all of this is done, and he gets sucked up in that shit.
That's just awesome. just going through the city and having old Alistair in hell, just like
Well, that's
what
the
the fuck is
thing.
going on here?
As an immortal, you're not old. You're the same age.
Oh yeah,
You don't age. You're just insane.
that's
Is
just
there a way to sell to the equipment shop?
I don't think there is. At least I never even thought about trying. Honestly.
Okay, I don't want to do that here, anyways, because I want to pawn. I want to pawn that ring off in a different town.
yeah.
I mean, you could try to
Probably for the
sell.
best.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
you
was
could try.
their it was their ring. They might actually want it back more than the next city.
No, no. Okay, but on that note, though, I think when we were in the cave, we talked about giving back the string of pearls and the gems, right?
Is that? I don't remember.
I think so. And then
Yeah, I
I had
remember
kept the
something
ring.
like that too. I can give the string back.
Why don't we keep those things and give the ring back? That's the same amount of gold pieces worth of value.
Not even close. But I like out of character. I think Kenny just decided that he liked the ring before we knew what the value of the
Yeah.
items were. So that was just coincidence. But,
I like how you stuffed your hand in your pocket as soon as you're like, oh yeah, stolen treasure.
You got it.
Uh,
Yeah, so that would we'd be selling about 400 gold, or not selling. We'd be returning about 400 gold worth of stuff, and then we sell the ring, which is worth
no, half
900.
it's 900. That's each.
Yeah, each
Half dozen.
stone is worth 100.
Oh shit!
Yeah. As you hand it back to the mayor, he's like, "Why, I appreciate this. This is very valuable stuff you returned to us. Thank you."
Yeah. We're trying to save the world, not leave it in a worse place than we found it.
Well, you can count allies here in Greenness if you're ever here and need a place to rest or hide out from those cultists.
Ah, that's very nice of you. Thanks for extending the offer.
No problem. Too bad you couldn't find this beautiful gold and sapphire ring. It belonged to my grandmother.
Your grandmother.
Yes, she used to be the mayor years and years ago.
Oh,
Kind of a family
boy.
heirloom at this point.
I thought your name was May.
No, my name is my name is trying to, god damn it, I had so many things up. My name is Mayo. What the fuck is your name, Mayo? Nighthill. My name is Nighthill, or at least that's my surname.
I really thought your name was just May or Nightville. Just
No.
first name May or second name Nightville.
No, who would be named that?
I've seen-
Actually, it's
I've
Governor,
seen
not Mayo, by the way. My name is
Yeah.
Tarball Nighthill.
Oh yeah, it makes a bit more sense. But I've seen worse, really.
Well, we better
Governor
get going.
Nighthill, if we find the ring, is there? I mean, since it's such a, and we're gonna be killing cultists a lot. If one of them still has it, if we find the ring, would there be potentially a reward for returning it? Since it's such a valuable heirloom.
I can try to build something up, but the city doesn't have much at the moment. It would be a little while before I could offer anything of substantial.
Well, that's fine. I mean, who knows if we're even gonna find it? I just wanted to throw that out there, you know.
Staring at Canny.
No, I'm not staring at Candy. I'm not that obvious.
That's fail. But anything else you guys would like to do?
No, I'm done.
Yeah, leave very quickly.
Is there a customs agent at the gate clearing people for departure?
Yeah, it's gonna pat everybody down. Why is my ping not working now? Everything breaks. Yeah, mine's not working for some reason. Oh well.
That's weird.
But yeah, so I'm gonna try something that that would explain why it's not working.
Oh.
There we go. I know I was on measurement. I'm gonna try something that a friend of ours, Dom and Luca, suggested, and I'm going to ask each of you guys for this trip to make a skill check that you guys are proficient with and explain to me how it helps on the journey.
Ooh.
It's a supplement rule called Campfire. And it's to help make travels more interesting than just we walk, we have an encounter, and we stop for the night.
To make travel not suck, I'm down.
Yeah. It's there's positives, there's negatives, and yeah. Luckily I have enough players that I can ask for skill checks like that.
I have perception. Does anybody else have perception?
I was just about to say I have perception.
I'm gonna put us on the Sun Coast map.
I got history, so I'm gonna just think back on some map recollection because I like to study the areas that all the adventurers come and go from, and I'm gonna mentally picture where we gotta go, all the trade routes, and put us on the one that I think is gonna be the least amount of bandits and shit that I would have heard of from all of the other adventuring groups that would have passed through my guild.
Okay. So you guys are down here on this map?
Oh boy.
So right there. And your journey is here, or at least that's so I can keep track of it. So, I have a history. I have a perception, possibly from one of you guys.
I was just about to say, I mean, I could also do animal handling. I could...
Survival, athletics, even investigation. Because the idea is I ask for the check and have you explain how that helps.
Yeah, and that's what I could use animal handling, like how nature behaves when people are not around, when predators are not around.
Okay, I like that. So, history for Canny. We'll have that roll here soon. I have animal handling for Sethra. Perception from you, Renador?
Yeah, I'll do perception. I'll be, perceiving our surroundings, looking for threat,
And
big
what
spiders.
And what is Alistair gonna be doing?
So, my proficiencies are, and I swear I'm not lying, are animal handling, history, perception,
And insight.
and insight. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be.
You
close to
can
the front.
copy up if you want. It just would be a different situation that you would use your copied up.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I
I'm
was
gonna
just
use
about to say...
insight, and I'm gonna go towards the front of the group. And when we pass by people, I'm gonna try and just take an insight and see how they are behaving to see if they plan on, turning back and just coming for us. If they are or not bandits, or if they mean harm, just to look at all the people in the road.
Okay.
Where we walk.
So reading any passerbys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Kelly, by the way, you're still on private GM roll.
But do you want us to make
Okay.
these rolls now?
Yeah, go ahead and make them, and I will try to narrate how they turn out.
No, he's got it.
I don't think so. Candy, you are also on private GMO.
Oh. It was a 17.
I can reveal it, so it's all good. That's another thing. Even when you private roll, I can make it public.
Oh man.
So,
Open your eyes, Renadol.
I'm allergic to nature.
so with this, so with animal handling, Sith, I think where yours comes in handy is as you guys are traveling, you see maybe when you guys camp out for the night, and whatnot, you hear animal sounds, and you're able to use that to not only set up camp properly to where you guys won't be attacked at night, but you also will help identify any animal tracks nearby the camp just by like knowing how they act and how you guys should act. And as such, I think you keep most of everything at bay. The probably worst is you probably had some wolves around one night that you managed to keep like maybe fire going so they didn't attack, and you calmed down the birds so that they didn't flee at the scent of wolves. And overall, you made the trip a lot easier than it could have been. Like over the 6 days, if any of those animals bolted, you guys would be screwed. For the next one, history. You've seen more than a few maps of the third coast, Canny. You know where El Terrell was compared to where Green Nest is. So you would know like these public roads that you see here. You would know where up the line El Terrell is. Like where I basically drew the circle and X, you would know those marks. And you probably are a good lead to show them where to go. Do you think Candy would have a map?
Probably not yet. He's just listening to all the stories that he hears from the adventurers in the guild.
Okay, so he wouldn't have had a map now. He would have ran off to be an adventurer and not thought of a map.
I mean, he's seen all of the maps that the other he's taken all the information in from these other parties. He just hasn't got to creating his own, full set of gear yet.
That's fair. Anything to add, by the way, Kelly? I moved on from you, but anything to add about what Sithra did during the 6 days?
No, really just relax and enjoy not dying.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't skip over you too much. Alistair, over the journey, while you guys don't come across too many people, you guys do come across a few people. And whether it's your stare down that you give that keeps them at bay, or just the fact that the area isn't the friendliest with strangers, they tend to keep a distance from you. You don't get any. You don't get any bad vibes from anybody. Nobody attacks you. Anything to add with that, Alistair? Like anything you're specifically doing?
No, that's fine. Just looking weirdly at everyone that passes by. That's on brand.
Okay. Now for the fun one. Renadol. You are having a miserable time of it. I don't know if you've ever seen this creature, let alone rode it. You probably have seen it since it's my word stand-in, but I don't think you rode him. So, as you're riding, you're trying to keep an eye open for danger. but I think you're staring down at the animal holding your balance more often than not. What do you think? I don't want to take this from you.
Also idly working on whatever potion crafting I can
That's
while
true.
mounted.
That probably is more so than the balance. Because even once you get your balance and get the creature under control, you probably would be more focused on trying to make these potions than you are paying attention to the road.
Which might be something I need to think about in the future.
Trust me, Alistair, with his insight, notices and reads that you are just shirking your responsibilities. He probably reads that you're doing it for what you think is the greater good, but still, he knows.
Could I?
What was that, Luca?
I was just giving a look like I know what you're doing and I don't agree with that.
Oh, the dad disappointment.
Yes, that disappointment's the best definition.
So over the 6 days, with all of you guys rolling, let's see. Since you rolled the worst Renadol, you want to give me a D20?
No. What's good? What's a good roll? What do I look? What am I looking for?
I'm not telling you anything.
14.
Okay.
Okay, and I roll that on my perception.
Okay. So you guys, I need to find. I need to look something up as you guys, but you guys have a pretty decent journey on her. You guys don't come across any bandits or anything. I do think though you do come across a partially abandoned cart.
A cart?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I could sit in this cart and make potions.
That's actually not too bad of an idea.
Well, you see, when you get in the car, you see it's mostly ransacked.
Oh no.
But you notice while you sit in the car, it looks like one of the wheels broke off, so there's really isn't anything you can do with it. However, you do find underneath a seat some kind of bottle with fluid in it.
Can I tell what it is?
I think all you can tell with it is that it's some kind of nasty looking fluid, and inside is floating something.
Ew. Oh, is it a strength potion?
You haven't identified, so I don't know what it is.
I think 5e has rules for like tasting a little bit of it, right?
Yeah, during a short rest.
Short rest, okay. I'll do that.
Would Rididol willingly put this fluid into his body?
He's an herbalist. He's a potion crafter. He's well used to imbibing potentially dangerous concoctions.
Maybe while you look at that potion, I'm gonna just take a look around this cart here. Does it look like there's signs of any
foul play?
Yeah, foul play or struggles.
There looks to be like paw prints nearby, so maybe whoever was in this cart got attacked by wolves and like the cart broke down and they probably took off on the horse or the chocobo or whatnot and tried to get away. It doesn't look like there's any real blood here, but there's definitely like he took off in a hurry.
Oh, how long ago? Can we tell how long ago it was?
It's hard to tell. It could have been a day, could have been longer. There was rain the last couple days, so.
Ooh, have the wheels sunk in any bit?
Not the broken one. The side might have sunk down a little bit.
Yeah, this is with the rain, it's going to be hard to tell, but it's been sitting here for a while. That's for sure.
Could I? Oh, I don't have mending, do I? Never mind.
I'll just keep an eye around to see if anyone's using this as a distraction to get close with us.
Somebody else has mending, but it doesn't matter.
How broken is the wheel? Like,
The axle is shattered. Like the connection point to the axle is shattered.
If we spend an hour casting mending on it, do you think we could fix it?
Giving you something nice to potion, you want more, Michael? I see how you are.
I'm a take a mile type of guy.
You could probably do so, but you don't know what's gonna happen if you stay. Sifley, with you probably see with the signs of wolves and stuff that you guys are in danger if you stay there too long, or at least that wolves might show up.
Fuck it, we can buy a cart later.
Yeah, I mean technically, with enough money, you could buy an elephant. You could buy an airship
We could
for
buy
20.
the wolves.
Yeah, you could. You could buy an airship for 20,000 if airships can be found. I should know.
Not a bad deal.
Yeah, I bought one in my other D&D game. We have an airship now.
How big is it?
The standard one.
Like galleon, like a sloop, like a frigate, caravel. A dinghy.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Sorry.
20 passengers worth.
Oh, that's not.
With
too
a
bad.
ton cargo space.
It's actually really big. That's...
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Yeah, let's go. Let's get out of here. This is fucking dangerous here.
And you guys continue your trip, and the rest of it goes pretty peacefully. That was the thing you rolled a d20 for.
Oh.
Like,
You guys, I'm pretty lucky. We got a potion of storm giant thing.
you guys, you don't know what it is, but you guys also have to subtract a thing of rations for every day. So that'd be
Yes.
6 rations.
Yes.
And I think that's the first time I've ever said that in my DMing career.
Yeah. Normally, that ration management kind of goes to the wayside after a certain
Oh,
amount of travel.
But there's enough travel in this game. I can beat you in the head with it.
Eventually, we'll kind of just decide to start eating good berries instead.
You might. I have a feeling Canny is little used to the finer things in life. Or at least he's gonna say he is.
Yeah, definitely. I only like the finest cuts of meats.
Only Ragu beef steaks for him. They'll value that. Yeah, Ragu.
Ragu.
Yeah. That's a real steak thing. It's actually... Kelly, you can explain it better than me.
The Japanese
Alberta
one?
beef.
Explain what?
What Ragu is.
Alberta beef is better.
Oh, Wagyu?
Yeah.
Ragu.
It's just a type of beef like Kobe, except it's the marbling in Wagyu is supposed to be considered top of the top,
Oh,
like
Would
just
you-
the marbling of the fat and everything.
like filet mignon.
Remind me, I will literally take a picture of one after the session. I got one.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Wow.
Nice.
You're gonna invite us over for a steak dinner, right?
Yeah, sir. Come
No.
on over.
None of us are
Well-
close enough to Dom to get there. But
Hey man, if you guys make the trek, I will cut this thing up into 1.5 cubes for everyone. We can all share it.
100% worth a trip to Canada. Let's go.
Give me 2 or 3 days and I can get there.
Anyways, you guys make it to L12 with no issues. By the way, if you guys had more fails than successes, you would have had a hardship instead, which is another D20 table. So,
Do I need to roll for my potion crafting?
No, that's automatic. You have proficiency with herbalism kit, right?
Yes.
Then it just
And
happens.
I have an herbalism kit.
Yeah.
I will give each of the other party members a healer potion of healing. How many are there of us besides me?
I mean, the total group is 6.
Okay, cool. So each other party member gets a potion of healing.
So I'm gonna keep the 2 that you gave me from before,
Yes.
and then everyone else will have 1.
No, I think because you made 5, right?
Yes, I made 5.
So
So
you-
everybody is getting 1 more. So you'll have 3.
But we're 6 people.
Yeah, he's saying everybody but himself.
Oh, why wouldn't you keep 1 for yourself?
I'm alright. I can turn into a dragon thing. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
He says, knowing that it's not completely fine, but
Knowing that I regularly lose that.
yeah, exactly.
It's fine. Can I identify that mysterious strength potion?
During a short rest, yes, I can. It is a potion of, I believe I picked Hill Giant Strength.
Hill Giant
The
Strength.
21
that's badass.
strength one.
Yeah. Cool. It's really only the strength potions that have weird, mysterious things floating in them.
Maybe I'll have some custom ones.
That'd be terrifying.
Give
I love
you
custom potions.
Yeah, no, I know you were drinking that one in that one Griffin Saddlebag one. You had a flask of it. That made your hair blow back at all points.
That was amazing. Oh my gosh. I need more.
You don't have hair to blow back anymore.
That's true. I have fleshy tendril.
Gross.
Yeah, it's. I don't really know what they are.
Imagine the tendrils floating in the air, just raving, wafting.
Which tab do I pull open to pull an item into my inventory? Is it items? Oh, that's the one. Ignore me.
Anyways,
Wait.
I can close out that one now. I don't need that one. As you guys look upon L12 from the outside, this is a large, orderly city overlooking the river there. You can see the river here, the Chantha River. And you guys see people like normal guards at the gates, that kind of thing. And in the sky you see a glowing, it's almost like a second sun, but not as bright. Just casting light over the city.
How far away can we see this from?
Probably you probably start to see it the final day of your journey.
Ooh.
Like, it is a big old sun.
And we're in the town proper at this point?
You are rolling up to it now.
Anyone outside that we're passing by as we get close?
The general travelers entering and leaving the city.
I'll just catch someone like going against traffic, like opposite to us, and just catch them and say, "Hey, before you head off, any insight onto what that big old thing there is in the sky?
Oh, the companion?
The what?
It's the companion. It's said that years and years ago, our city was basically our leader was the leader of a group of vampires. And our newer leader, he saved us from them. And he made a deal with some kind of... He brought forth this great entity that destroyed the vampires. And it's stayed in the city ever since then, protecting us.
So he was a vampire, but he created a son?
No, our new leader. He saved us from the vampire leaders.
Oh, gotcha. So an ever casting. Do you ever get any nighttime over here?
Yes and no. It's more like a radiant feeling over the city.
Ah,
Even when it's not as bright as it can be, or clouds go in front of it, we still feel its light.
interesting. Does anybody ever wake up sometimes and have like a third arm or an extra eye or something like that?
They look at you weirdly, like, no.
Okay, all right. So it's not radioactive. That's good to know.
What's radioactive?
Don't know. It's something I just heard another adventurer say.
Radioactive, radio.
Can you feel it in your
With
bones?
piles of bone.
And she looks at you a little weirdly as she tries to like sidestep you and keep going.
Oh yeah, thank you for your information. Sorry, we're new to town, you know.
I can tell. As she
You have
kind
a
of tries to
safe
take
travel.
off.
Watch out
You-
for wolves.
You too. As she takes off. Not full sprint, but just keeps walking past. You're weird, you're not that weird.
What's the name of the city again?
L2L. Do you guys see it underneath my circle there?
No name.
No?
No name.
Okay. I wonder why there's some stuff that is on the map but you guys can't read it. Because there's no, like, hidden stuff like that, and... Huh. Anyways, let me spell it out in the chat for you.
Neat.
But you remember that the monk, Leosen, said that he was coming here to meet another of his order, and so the monk is Leosen. Just to refresh, Leosen,
He has an
Erlan.
intelligent friend named Ontar Fruin.
Yes, and he was coming to meet his friend Onthar Froom. And that's what you guys know.
And they promised us some money too.
Yes, a reward for the going back into the camp.
I'm not too crazy, but my memory's good.
I mean, at this point, that's about all you got. It better be. Yes, he promised you 150 apiece. Though how Canny can get that will be real because he didn't ever promise anything to Canny. But
Kenny took care of himself.
as he looks at the ring on his hand,
Is he wearing the ring?
Yeah, absolutely.
what's funny is if you didn't hide it, the governor 100% would notice because it said that it's 100% recognizable by anybody in town.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I can say that. That's why I tossed in that thing about an heirloom. I'm like, that would make it recognizable.
yeah.
It's the governor's signet ring.
Yeah. Basically. And you stole it.
We should forge some banknotes in his name.
Look at that.
We have a signet ring.
Look at that city and tell me that he has the money for the banknotes.
It's not our credit that he's ruining. That we're ruining.
Anyways, you guys are now at L2L. What would you like to do?
Oh, we should go look for the monk of the paladin, but I don't remember. We do know their names, but we don't know their order or anything like that. So we can just go around asking if people know this guy.
I mean, that might be an option.
Sorry, what monk are you guys talking about?
We
Oh, yeah.
rescued this guy from the camp. Did Mike? I know this is my own meta knowledge, but did he tell us he was with the harps? Or whatever the name is?
He did not. I think he said the most I think he said is a friend here. I don't think he said anything about his people.
All right.
He's with.
Yeah.
I don't think we got what organization he's with. Honestly, we weren't super thorough with that guy.
He just
I
basically
know
like
his name.
he is basically just like, hey, I'm looking into these dragon people. You're looking into them. Let's just work together. And you guys are like, sure, money.
Yeah. Then he handed us gold. We're like, fuck yeah.
He promised us gold.
I think he gave us some too, didn't he?
This last
see.
look bit, I don't think he gave you.
Oh,
Not
I
yet.
must have been from the mayor, governor.
I mean, he was a prisoner, so it wouldn't make too much sense if he had money on him.
Yeah.
Well, but then he came back to town and like met up with his other monk pals.
Yes. Monks,
Yeah.
the richest of all people.
They are. They're rich in good humor and life lessons. All right, we're just gonna have to ask around, I guess. Do you know Leos and Erlander?
So, what I would like, and I guess I could put you guys' tokens on the map so you guys have quick things. But what I would like is, since you guys are looking for him, I want charisma investigation.
Ew.
Oh, that's
Wait.
amazing.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, Mike.
What?
I have a cheat. I wanna see if I can cheat my way through this. I'm gonna prepare Animal Messenger before we arrive, the morning of our arrival, and I'm gonna send an Animal Messenger to the guy in this city, and then follow the Animal Messenger.
You just want to take the fun away from everybody who's like, that's a fun check. Oh wait, Michael's just ignoring it.
And then if I can't follow the Animal Messenger, the message will be like, meet us at this town square in noon.
How fast does the animal travel?
50 miles a day.
So I think what you do is you send the animal messenger, and you see it go up and over the city wall and off in the distance.
All right. He'll meet us in the town square at noon. It's fine.
That's if he's close enough to do so.
Shit.
Well, I'm gonna roll some charisma.
In the meantime.
So what you guys could do, if you click investigation on your sheet, it will pop up and ask you what modifier you want to use.
Ooh. What? You can
Oh,
make
here.
Yeah.
charisma-based investigation check?
Yeah. Because it is technically a rule in 5e that you can ask for. If something makes sense for a different modifier, you can ask for it.
Nat 20 -1.
Okay. Alistair, you rolled with disadvantage, not charisma.
Yeah, I did all wrong.
So go ahead and re-roll that with charisma and not disadvantage.
Close enough.
I don't know why it's doing that. I'm just clicking investigation and it's just rolling. I mean, I know I'm crazy, but all investigations at disadvantage. Trying to just say no, you're not good at it.
It's not popping up with the dialogue box of choosing a thing. That's
Let me reload the page. Yeah, I just
That's hilarious for
like,
Alistair.
yep, nope, you got disadvantage. You just had disadvantage.
It's like you don't need to bother rolling. You're bad at it.
Yeah, no, because it's working just fine when I click at it. Let me just roll that.
Oh, nice.
Hey. I love how you guys both got crits and it's still not as high as mine.
You're just a lot better at talking to people. So as you guys are looking around town waiting for the animal messenger, you're asking about not only the monk, which it seems like it's hard for you to ask about the monk, Kenny, because you've never met him. Same with the paladin, but people don't know who the monk is here. But when you guys switch to talking about the paladin, people do know who he is, and in fact, they direct you to a headquarters search is what they call it. It's a tavern called A Pale Black Antlers.
All right, well, let's head over.
Yeah.
So as you guys head towards the tavern, you guys arrive there, and you see. Let me see if I have artwork. Yes, you see a jolly. Of course, all my links are broken. Let me get this out. You see a jolly-looking paladin gentleman sitting behind a bar. Hello, Coy. Welcome in. We'll have to catch you up real quick. But sitting behind a bar, tossing back ale and just having a merry old time.
So you guys know him? Like,
No, not really. We just heard about him.
As you guys enter the tavern, he turns and sees you guys like, well, welcome in. Who might you guys be? It kind of has a jovial nature to him.
I'm Renadal.
I'm Alistair. We're friends of your monk friend.
Oh, Leon.
Leosin.
Yeah, Leoson's friend. That's excellent. We've been waiting for you. He's outside the city a ways. Like, he's going to be back in a couple days.
Oh wow. He was in a really bad shape when we got him.
Yeah, but that's been a couple days. He's traveled all the way here, him and his friends. So he's been able to recuperate and recover.
Nothing a good night's sleep can solve.
What about you guys? He told me about that journey he left for you guys. He left me your reward. Though he looks up, seems to be more of you guys than he said.
Oh, the danger was more than he said too.
We came across an extra companion while achieving the objective, but I mean, we can't, realistically expect you to give us more, but if you have more, well, for our extra helper who helped us kill the evil people, then we'll accept it. But...
I guess Kenny's just standing there with a awkward smile, waving.
He looks at you, sees the ring on your hand. He looks well enough. He doesn't need me to feed him. No, the first round is on me, as he orders a round of ale.
I'm not gonna say no to that.
And while we drink, you could tell me what happened at the camp, and that way we can inform Leosin when he gets back. It's always good to be prepared.
Does he have that, he looks as this picture, so he's got that hand prominently displayed on his armor?
Yes.
The hand.
So, would I recognize that guild?
Roll me a religion.
Religion.
Can I do it as well?
Yeah, go ahead.
Religion, -1. Damn it, 10.
So I think even with the Canny, you might not know because maybe you'll have to explain. Maybe you're not very religious. Maybe you just don't pay enough attention. But I think with a 10 Menadol, you would probably have at least come across that hand before. It is the general symbol of the god Torm, god of heroics and bravery.
Oh. Good to know.
Oh, sorry. And to explain that magical light a little bit, it's a brilliant magical light that hovers about it, illuminating it day and night. And the light is painful to undead and visible to almost every corner of El Terrell, and it's El Terrell is the capital, but the lands of El Terrell around it. And it appears as far as a star or distant sun, is what it says.
Damn.
Yeah, no, that's you should know. You basically opened it up, Michael, in the other game. But anyways, as you guys are sitting down and filling them in, how much do you guys film in on, and how much do you not?
Telling everything.
Okay. While you guys are telling them everything, we're gonna jump to Limnos. Limnos, why they were traveling? They traveled first off. You're level 4. I don't have you on the screen because I couldn't level you up. But you are level 4, so you could do that whenever. But as you were going through the cities, did they convince you to put any form of clothes on? Coy?
Oh, I'm just thinking. Sorry.
Yeah.
I most likely begrudgingly would have, but the bare minimum possible.
So let's say you have some pants on.
Yeah.
Just enough. You probably don't have any shoes on. Probably pants.
Anyway.
You probably put pants on because more of the convenience of a belt and with pouches and stuff than anything else.
That's sure.
So during the trip, by the way, you did get 1 potion of healing from Renadol because he made a couple.
Awesome.
You can always catch up. I'll have this uploaded by tomorrow. You can always catch up with what you missed. Exactly. I asked that because we are now in Elturel, which is the next city. They spent 6 days traveling, and they were not going to let you in the city if you were not wearing pants.
Gotcha.
So you are in the tavern with them as they are drinking alcohol. This is the first time you're able to like experience a tavern in this way, because you are now bipedal and can like sit at bar stools, actually pick stuff up with your hands properly and drink stuff. Like this is a unique experience for you now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little reserved, for the time being, since this is all a new experience, and knowing myself, I will full dive into the experiences that life offers. So I need to make sure I don't do that.
I mean, you could if you wanted.
I could, yes, but
I imagine there's like a point where you're using your hands to like drink a mug of something that's a bit awkward, and I'm just there like holding the bottom of the cup. Ooh, there you go, just there, yeah, sip, nice and gentle.
The handle eludes me, so I'm still have like both my hands against the mug, tilting it up and drinking it. The handle concept doesn't make sense because I've never been able to grab it before.
You just like put your hand. You can grab the handle, or you can kind of like cup your hand around it between the cup and the handle. It's up to you. Whatever you feel comfortable with.
Opposable digits.
I mean, I had opposable digits, but they were not delicate digits.
Yeah. Now he has fingers.
And I don't know if you glazed over this or not, but you did really good riding that.
Oh yeah, I did get. They gave you mounts back at Green Nest, and I have chocobos replace horses because that's what I prefer. So how did Limnos handle that?
Let's see.
Wait.
Not very well.
So Limnos has bruises, visible bruises on his body because he has his whole upper body visible. You guys see like purple splashes on his like pinkish purple skin, like darkened spots with the it's starting to bruise a bit. So you said that watching him fall multiple times every day on that mount.
You did great. You did great. I mean, you fell, but you got right back up again, and that's a life lesson.
I know I didn't do very well, but it takes a while to adjust to new bodies.
Yeah, and you're doing great. I think I've known you longer at this point in this form than in any other form. But
well, yeah, you knew him for like an hour before in the last form, and now you at least had 6 days to talk to him and actually get to know him. By the way, since this is mostly catching him up, or catching the paladin up, if you guys want to flashback to anything you guys would have talked about on the journey, you guys can.
I will leave out the theft of heirloom in my story. It won't be that guy.
You don't want to mention you guys found the ring on.
We only found a string of pearls and a few gems. That's it. In the whole cave. Incredible, I know.
I think Alistair would let it live. Like, just like, and then we found a chest, a trap chest that had a bunch of stuff. And he just looks at Kenny and Sifra and just, a bunch of pearls in a string.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys wanted to talk to a Limnos during that trip, since he's here now, you guys can have retroactively done that. And for Limnos, after the session, you can retroactively have bought stuff in Green Nest that you might have needed.
Yeah, we don't have to slow down the session though.
Yep.
I'm fine with you guys just keep going and.
So you guys get to talk to him. He's like, "Well, sounds like a crazy time. They really did just up and leave, abandon their camp."
Well, to be fair, we did take out one of the what leaders or generals, or what was he?
Technically, you killed two, yeah, but you don't know how high ranking they are.
So I don't know if that was like a turntail thing, and maybe
it sounds like the camp left before you guys even got back to kill those two.
Yeah.
So they could be, out on the open trails without any form of leadership right now. They could be.
I doubt that very much. As much as I would love that, they wouldn't have left their only form of leaders behind. They have others.
From what I had heard on our first visit, they were expecting a higher up to arrive within the week. Maybe they arrived and took most of the camp with them on a different mission.
He nods solemnly, like that seems more like them.
Some powerful black dragonborn lady. I had her name and lost the paper.
It was a black half dragon.
Half dragon.
I have a black dragon called Razmir.
Yes, Razmir.
Look at Luca with his good notes.
I had good notes.
Hey, is it weird that they left the eggs behind?
Eggs?
Yeah, like there was a section in the cave that was like guarded, and there was a couple of these like
dragon wormlings,
like 3 foot tall, big eggs.
Well, the eggs were probably too close to hatching. They probably couldn't move them safely without damaging them.
Yeah, I wanted to take one, but they didn't let me.
Who didn't let you?
This guy just finds the rest of the group.
Well, that's probably for the best.
I was gonna go back, but we were almost there.
Yeah, it's probably for the best then that you didn't take it. If you guys died down there, I wouldn't have the information you've given me now.
That's true. We can't save the world if we're dead.
Exactly. But you can save the world with another ale in you. Let's go. And he orders more ale.
Is this guy an alcoholic?
No, he just likes to enjoy his time.
Should I be concerned?
Well, he
heard
is.
about any other?
Let's see. He is. It says he's a human, but he's kind of short. In the picture, he looks like. Yeah, he does. Oh well.
I think that's
Bruh.
racist of us.
It probably is. Anyways, so yeah, he continues on. I think as the night goes on, he tries to get to know each of you guys a little bit. So I think he does talk to each of you. And I think he does a little like a sporting contest with each of you. Sifter, I think he notices you because you're nice and strong. I think he goes up to you and is like, you seem pretty decently strong. How about a little contest as he like lines up his arm and puts his arm on the table?
Sure.
So he wants to arm wrestle you. Please give me, and I'll do mine first so you know what you have to be. Give me an athletics. So, boom. He's a little bit drunk at the moment.
As a,
This was a little less.
as
drunk.
am I, sir.
So what's hilarious is ignoring the numbers for all people watching. This is a very epic battle of like arm wrestling and them getting off balance, and like it looks like a serious battle because they're both almost equally drunk.
I was just about to say, you can't tell if we're trying to push each other off the chair or if we're trying to hold each other on our chair.
Exactly. And at the very end, Sith managed to push just a little bit more and beat him in an arm wrestle. As his arm slams down, he cheers, "Ha ha! Good on you. That was it worked up a little bit of a thirst." As he takes another swig from his ale. So.
I'll play him in darts.
Well, okay. He's like, I don't know if I can do this game as well, but we'll have to see. As he will play you in darts, I guess. Yeah. So.
I got guidance on myself.
No. Do you really want to? You can. But know that he might be a paladin and might recognize the spell.
Yes. Alright, never mind. Damn it!
I was going to say sleight of hand, but I don't think it's different for you.
I don't have sleight of hand proficiency.
Yeah, so.
Ha!
So I think you get on the very bottom edge of the dartboard. You barely get on, scoring the lowest amount of points you can.
I don't score any points, but I get on the board.
Yeah. As he goes underneath the board and against the wooden wall. The dunk.
I think that means I win.
I swear that board was lower. It must have moved.
Yeah, they changed it.
Good job either way.
You too. You tried. Did your best.
Let's see. What could he do with the rest of you?
Drinking contest.
Yeah, I think for you, Alistair, I think he notices you enjoying the alcohol, so yeah, he's gonna ask you for a drinking contest.
Oh yeah, sure.
So what this is you guys are gonna be downing drinks and doing con saves, and the first one to fall under 10 will lose. So he goes first. As he's down, it starts chugging down one.
A con save, right?
Yep. As you keep up with him, you're just downing it down just as fast as he can.
Oh God.
Let's see how drunk these two get.
Well, we found something he's good at.
Who would have figured the guy I'm playing as an alcoholic is good at drinking? As Alistair, you just can't keep up with his like endless gut. As a little quiver comes over you, you are too drunk to continue drinking.
Oops.
You probably, I'll say, at least for the rest of the night, you have the poison condition from drinking too much and being drunk. I don't think it'll come up, but if you have any ability checks for the rest of the night, they'll be at disadvantage. And he's like, that was a good try, though. Not many people can beat me, as he slaps you on your back, Alistair.
I need to go just a second. Go around, but find something.
He looks at the barkeep. Probably better to keep him on water for the rest of the night. And he looks at you and them knows. He's like, I kind of know your story. They told me what happened. Never met someone who used to be a dragon before.
I've never either.
He smiles.
Well,
He's
it's an experience for me as much for everybody else.
Guys, I have to say, you keep doing that. Like every spell for the next 2 sessions is gonna be that. I have like 5 of them built up now. All for this game. But that's fine.
It's about to get crazy.
Yeah.
I cast a spell.
I was just about to say, let's all just cast spells.
It's kind of dark in here, isn't it, guys? I think we could use some
Light. Fireball.
I will hold it to something above level 1 though. That's I think fair. I mean above level 0. You have to be level 1 on that.
Darkness for 2 miles.
Could be. But anyways, he looks at you as like now I heard their version of it. Is there anything you can add about the journey? You being of a different mindset than them, being a more akin to what we are facing.
Oh, I'm sure I could if the player had that knowledge, but the player does not. So unfortunately, no.
No, that's fine if you don't. Your mind could always be clouded too.
The past events are a little blurry.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something he could. Probably a little trivia. Let's see. What do you have? I want to do something you. Let's see. At least you'll be better at this than him. Maybe some trivia. He's gonna do some trivia with you. Let's do some history.
Do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
I've been around for a while. I've got
Yeah,
this.
exactly. So we're gonna narrate it after both rolls.
Okay.
So I'll do his. He is again belligerently getting drunker and drunker. So he probably distracts you because he probably tells you a story of this dragon from a far off land. What dragon, by the way, were you? What kind of dragon were you, Coy?
Oh crap, brass.
It was brass. He probably tells you about a random brass dragon that he didn't fight, but he's heard about through books and stuff, through study. And it's great hoard over the seas. And you go to tell him a fact yourself, an old story, but you just get distracted because you recognize the dragon he was talking about. And then your brain just, you're not quite used to this mindset of being bipedal and being a dragonborn. So I think you just get confused and go up thinking and never actually finish your thought with the story.
That would be something I would do. Yep, that makes perfect sense.
I'm happy that does, as he finished his dad, and he's like, oh, it's good to have met somebody of your caliber all the same. Does a little drunken bow.
Yours as well.
You weren't in here, by the way, when I shared his picture, so let me get his picture up so you can see what he looks like. You can force it on yours only. So that should have shown you. Okay. So, last but not least, Kenny. I think after everybody's calming down and getting ready to go to rooms that he's provided, he sits next. Go ahead.
Sorry, while he was doing that stuff with the rest of the group, could he have been amongst the people in the bar and just kind of like hopping around from kind of group to group and kind of eavesdropping on different parties, and after listening to certain groups of people talk for a minute, try to copy and mimic them, as he's going to try and practice his mastermind mimicry.
Go ahead and pop that into chat for me so I can read that, but I don't see why not.
So this is probably going to be under features.
Should be, yes.
Maybe not. Skills, no. Effects.
Let me open up your sheet. I might not have imported everything correctly.
I can like copy paste what it is.
Yeah, I can pull it up too. But yeah, you go ahead.
Master of Intrigue section. So when you choose this at 3rd level, blah blah blah, and then the key part is additionally you can unerringly mimic the speech patterns and accent of a creature that you hear speak for at least a minute, enabling you to pass yourself off as a native speaker of a particular land, provided that you know the language. So whoever I can hear speak a language I know, I'm just gonna try to mimic them behind their backs, kind of like whisper to myself and keep practicing like different accents and stuff like that around the bar.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. I think you can do that. So you put on an accent as if you're from around here, an Altarelian accent. And he finally comes up to you at the end of the night. He's like, so how did you really fall in with these guys? I heard the story, but I want to hear it from your side.
Well, I mean, I just went looking for an adventure on my own and kind of stumbled into the same path, I guess, as they were on. I had a group of adventurers come into the guild I was working at, and they were talking about this cult, dragon cult, and they said there was this cave with a lot of action and a lot of buzz about it. So I wanted to go check it out, and it seems like those guys were traveling along the same path, and here I am.
From the sound of it, you at least helped them. So I can't give you the full amount that Leo Sen promised them. He hands you a small pouch.
Oh.
It will have 50 gold in it.
Oh, this is far too much. I mean, I just kind of like stumbled into this. Are you sure?
Then consider an investment. You'll pay me back later with deeds.
Oh, I hate being beholden to people like this, but okay.
Oh, don't think of it beholding. If you're gonna be traveling with them, I'd like to make sure that you're incentivized to stay with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want somebody betraying them or anything.
No, wouldn't dream of it. They kind of watched my back too a little bit over there, so that was, yeah.
Good.
We're aligned.
One must always be heroic and brave, remember that.
That's amazing. I mean, that's kind of what I am seeking out to do, you know? The whole heroism thing, that's kind of why I'm here. I want, you know, like I want to be in the stories, you know. I don't want to read about other people's stories. I want my own stories.
I might have to tell you about my order then. You might fit perfectly inside.
Your order? What kind of
Yeah.
order?
The Order of the Gauntlet. I
Oh,
believe
is
that's what
it
it's
that,
called. Let me see.
that thing on your chest there?
That's my holy symbol. It's of my deity, Torm.
Oh.
He is the god of heroics and bravery. He's the one that keeps me on the straight and narrow, the path of righteousness.
I don't want to be rude. Please don't take this as any kind of insult or whatever. I've never got the connection to the divine that some others have. I totally understand it. I appreciate that you have a connection to it. It's just, I don't know, hasn't really come to me. You know what I mean?
Well, that's just because it hasn't come to you yet. One can never
Maybe.
predict when the deities smile upon us.
That's a good point. But if this deity of yours likes the heroics, well, I like this deity of yours then.
He smiles. He's like, see? Well, you better get some rest. I'm going to probably get some sleep myself.
And then I'm gonna try and answer him back in his voice, mimicking him, and just say, "Well, I'll see you tomorrow."
He kind of blinks, and then shakes his head and just walks off to bed.
And can I kind of retroactively say I would do like a disguise self and like create his face too?
I think that's why he shakes his head. He thinks he's gotten too drunk.
Yeah.
And he's going off to bed. He's muttering like, I don't look good as a tiefling.
Yeah. You get some rest there, big guy. We'll chat in the morning and see what the plans are.
And everybody goes to sleep. And I feel like, even though this is a little bit short of a session, I think this is a nice point. Because tomorrow, next time, I can plan for something a bit more. Thank you guys for joining me, and by using so many channel points to redeem Wired Magic Surge.
You want another one? I can throw another one your way.
Can you do them all at once? The next fight?
No. I might do one per fight, but I don't want to do one continuously. I might slip one in outside of combat too. That would murder you guys.
I really should have done the best points on the travel.
Oh, don't worry. There'll be more travel, more stuff that can happen. But dear God, Tim's gonna come back and I'm gonna hit with all these. He's not gonna know what the fuck happened. He's not gonna watch the VOD. Like, I have inspiration for Wild, like inspiration for here, inspiration for you guys for here, Wild Magic for here, Wild DM inspiration for here, Wild Magic for here, bless for somebody, Wild Magic for here, Wild Magic for here, Wild Magic for here.
Oh God.
Yes, exactly. I'm happy you guys are spending on this instead of like when I do a Call of Duty game removing my glasses. That'd be awful. People did that to me in Demon Souls. You know how hard it is to beat the final boss with no glasses? When you need them to see?
I mentioned it in chat, but also in game, my Chocobo's name is Nugget.
He's a Chocobo Nugget.
Is that where we're gonna make him into if we run out of rations?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a chicken nugget.
Just one.
Yeah, exactly. Just one. I can I have it loaded to where I can play that sound at any point.
Oh boy.
But anyways, this is where I'm gonna end it. Thank you everybody for in chat, for views, for everything. Thank you players for joining me. You You guys are awesome. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Mike.
Not an issue. Next time we're gonna have to work in in chat to see next time. We might not have more games this month, depending on people's schedules and holidays.
It is the season.
Yeah, exactly. If that's the case, we'll be back with this in January. I might only have like one more week of Witchlight before I call it for the holidays. So either way, we will be back eventually with more D&D. Make sure to follow if you haven't, and I will catch you guys next time. Stay sweet.